It's a two-car garage. That's all it is. It's not going to change anyone's life. But I will say, when I come through that door and the lights click on, it does produce this sense of calm. I don't know if it's the design or what, but you can come from the craziest day, and out here, for a while at least, you can really lose yourself in a task. You can set yourself up with a project and you can get it done. There are a lot of shops out there. Some are enormous or expensive. Some are small or messy or left unfinished just as they were when the house was built. Mine falls somewhere on that spectrum. It's not a palace. It's a two-car garage, 20 feet by 21 feet. I keep it clean, but it's not a showcase. It's a working garage. I put the place together on a budget, and I did all of the work myself. I call it the 12-gauge garage because of the 1/8-inch thick steel in the stronghold cabinets. I got them secondhand, but these things are built like the proverbial brick outhouse and are still going to be around long after my garage is just a memory. To me, these cabinets show how every tool should be built, and I like to think of my garage in that sense, as a tool. So what's essential to any tool? Well, it's got an intended function, and it's got some kind of interface with its user. In my garage, I knew I wanted to be able to do automotive work, carpentry, and also welding and metal fabrication. So I thought a lot about the space I had and how I could make it both flexible and roomy enough to accommodate my creative working style, which is a nice way of saying that I tend to spread out to the ends of every work surface in sight. So I focused on making as much horizontal workspace as I could. I didn't make one bench, I made 10. And if you want to understand this place, I think the benches are the best place to start. The one I use the most has a place to sit for longer stretches of work, with tools where I can reach them and some magnification for my aging eyes. I made the base out of a damaged 9-drawer cabinet that I cut into 2 pieces, one 5-drawer half and one with 4 drawers. In that missing 5th drawer space, I added a blank panel covering a horizontal air reel. I put the blank on the right side so I wouldn't open a drawer into my vice handle. Vice handle sounds like a German word. I call this the compliance station. It's a very heavy piece of inch-thick steel, and you can bang on it all day and it's not going to complain. I personally hate fishing hammers out of a drawer, so I put mine up here where I can see them and reach them. I call this the Swiss Army bench because of all the things it holds. There's grinding, cutting, and sanding up top. My angle grinders hang on the sides. Oh, and there's a table saw tucked underneath. This island bench next door is kind of like you'd see in a kitchen. I've got 2 cabinets underneath it, and since they weren't quite tall enough, I've put storage for cheater bars, pipe clamps, and some long stock down underneath them. This bench has the first piece of steel that I bent into a curve. After that, I went a little crazy bending steel. To keep light over this bench, I built arms that come out from the side wall, so now the garage door can be raised or lowered and the lights stay right where I want them. This little alcove has got a sink and more storage in it. but its odd shape meant I had to make a custom bench top. So I made all of it custom. The whole thing is cut out of a single 36-inch wide stronghold cabinet. The bench top itself was the cabinet's back. These little storage bins up above were made out of its sides. I harvested everything I needed for 4 small doors from the original 2 large ones. For bigger welding jobs, this bench folds down from the parking side wall. I set the top out by an extra bit so I could store clamps on the wall out of the way and out of sight when it's folded up. This other fold-down bench is general purpose, but it has the same 37-inch height as every other work surface in the place. So when I'm cutting long stock or working on something really big, I can span from one bench to the other. I built the wrought iron fence for my backyard here, one section at a time, using tables like this one and a homemade fixture for the pickets. Now this table lowers down from the ceiling when I need it. Is it stupid to store this big a piece of steel right above my car? Yes, it is. Finally, I've got this height-adjustable hydraulic lift table. It's set down into the floor and I use it for a few different things, but the most awesome thing it does is to function as my car lift. Unlike other lifts, when this one's recessed, there's nothing to trip over, nothing to see. It's invisible. But when I need it, all I have to do is hit the button and boom, I'm in the air. It wouldn't be perfect for cars with drivetrain and exhaust down the center, but my old 911 has all of that in the back. With this lift, I can access every serviceable component on my car. I love it. Okay, I hear what you're saying. Where am I going to put the Christmas lights? What about my kids' bikes or my lawnmower? This thing you're looking at is called a shed. Now, I'll grant you, a garage does have 2 components, workspace and storage, and you've got to make the storage part functional or you're not going to be able to get any work done. I've got one very important rule I try to stick to. The floor is not a shelf. The only thing that should be stored on the floor is your car. Anything else is a tripping hazard and a magnet for even more stuff. I store things up high and also in cabinets. Now, the total budget for my shop was only $3,500. Doesn't include my tools. But having enclosed storage means metal shavings and sawdust don't end up covering all of my stuff. And forcing yourself to go through everything and sort it into different bins just once can save you hours and hours spent sifting through drawers and shelves for a light switch or a particular length of cable. In fact, the idea of a place for everything, I know it sounds kind of OCD to some people, but I went through the place once. I put everything away. I took pictures with my phone so I'd remember where it all goes. Now, everything does have a place here. Sure, that might mean I'm an obsessive dipshit from California, but I can take this place from blown up bunker messy to this in about 30 minutes. And I never waste my time looking for the spark plug socket or my 10mm wrench. I can find everything I need as I work. To me, that makes the work quicker and calmer at the same time. And that brings me back to that sense of calm. I painted the cabinets green because none of them matched, but the consistent colors in this place, I think, actually accomplish something. They take it from being just any workplace and help it to function as the place where I enjoy doing work. It's a calm, efficient place. Not too long ago, I discovered it's got the same color scheme as the control room where NASA solved the problems for Apollo 13. Now, I don't have anything like that at stake here. But the colors, the lighting, the music playing in the background, all of that contributes, even in very small ways, to the overall effectiveness of this tool, this place, the 12-gauge garage.